Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm actually back in a video, and so I have to be a little more quiet in this video because my mom is asleep right now, so I have to be a little more quiet. And this video, this is an episode of ZTART, and for some of you remember this, some of you probably don't. It was a series that started last, September, October, and it stands for Zach Talks About Random Things. I just talk about many subjects and give my opinion, and other people's opinions, and perspectives, and experiences, what have stuff. So yeah, in this episode of ZTART, we're going to be talking about toys. And it's kind of a fun subject, but I thought I'd do this just for Toys, kind of like a memorial, or I don't know what you want to say, for like Toys R Us is going out of business. Because there's no doubt in my mind, I mean, a lot of people have been affected a little bit. I mean, people aren't crying and having funerals, but I mean, people have been upset about it. So yeah, I'm just doing this kind of for Toys R Us, and just because I kind of want to do this a little bit too. So yeah, let's get right into the video. So toys. Stuff that's been around for thousands of years. Many people have played with them in different forms, many different characters, colors, and everything. In fact, there's a few kind of right behind me now, some Amiibo figures. And I've noticed about toys the probably past 6-7 years is they're not as really big as they used to be. I mean, they used to be very, very popular, but toys were on top of the world at one point in time. I'd say probably from around I don't know, I would say probably around between the 50s and 80s, toys were really big, it seemed like. Because when Toys R Us was getting big and stuff, and a lot of new stuff came out. But, yeah, one of my favorite toys consistently has been, I don't know if you could consider a video game a toy, but I'll get in a little bit in the later video. It's been a lot of time. I've play with Pokemon cards a lot. I've owned a lot of those. I've always been a big Beyblade fan. I've owned a lot of Beyblades. I still have a ton upstairs, and I've spent hours playing with Beyblades and trading Pokemon cards and stuff. Me and my neighbor friend Kyle used to shoot Beyblades all the time and have battles and trade Pokemon cards all the time, but an hour and a half after school every day, which is lots of fun. I still sometimes play Beyblade, that was when they had the metal ones. I have a lot of the plastic ones burst now, so a lot of people, my friends, don't really play with that. A lot more older. I still play with a couple toys. I mean, for my age I play with more toys than most kids that are. Actually, my birthday is today. I'm filming this videos and with a couple other videos, so I play with more toys than most 15, 16-year-olds play with. And I've always loved Beyblades, a lot of Pokemon cards. I also always had a lot of the WWE figurines, which I used to play with all the time, probably when I was 9, 10, 11. Me and my friends used to play with those all the time. We'd have battles with them and throw them at each other, and it was just awesome. I still have a bunch of those upstairs. And yeah, another thing I've noticed about toys too is, I mean, the way of the kids kind of changed now. I mean, video games are kind of the thing now. I mean, I remember when I used to watch Nickelodeon, Disney, Cartoon Network all the time, all you would see were these toy commercials all the time, and you saw every kid, or not every kid, but a lot of kids had Toys R Us, or Toys R Us always had them before anybody, but or everyone had to store get if they really liked it, which is how it kind of was. I also remember back in memory, maybe a couple of you remember this, but they were these things called Pictodots or Pixels, where it's a little dots you put in little things and make little characters made out of dots. And they still might seem around now, but the original ones actually got recalled. It was a big deal when they first came out. Everyone was oh my gosh, these are the coolest things. And geez, the cats are running crazy. There were a couple people who ate them and got poisoned. Thankfully I don't think they died at all. I think they just got really sick and a lot of stomach aches and had their stomach pumped, which is still better than dying. I don't think anyone died at all. And I remember that about the toys. I remember that being together. I remember my mom and dad throwing mine right out away because I was 5 at the time too. And of course they're not gonna. I mean, now if I were to be around, it's different. But then they were afraid I was gonna eat them because these little things. I don't even know if they have them in stores. I see them sometimes there now, but they look like little candy dots almost. I mean, they look actually just like candy dots, like those dots candies that are the pink, yellow, blue, oranges thing that taste just like pure sugar. I mean, they look just like that. I remember that a lot. I remember always getting mad when I used to get the Hot Wheels, the really big Hot Wheels tracks. A lot of times the commercials will show like these really cool things. But a lot of times they never really work that well, or they wouldn't go or work how they were supposed to. So I get a little frustrated with that. I was never very big into Legos. I remember having a big Lego castle set when I was younger that I wanted for like 2 years, and I remember just destroying it. Like, I don't remember how. I just kind of felt, and I didn't fall. I just kind of went, well, one day. I remember my parents were pretty upset because I didn't remember how to put it together, and I don't know what happened in the instruction booklet. And of course, Legos are expensive. I mean, they still aren't the cheapest. I mean, that's why I've never really been big into them. I mean, I don't want to. I mean, they're pretty cool toys. I mean, you get like a box this big, and they're like $30-$40. I was just never that big into that. What the world is that cat doing? I don't even know. I would also say a lot of kids now today. Oh, I mean, sorry, I skipped too far. I've gone on Toys R Us the past few years. I mean, it's just not the same. Like, I mean, there's not like any kids in there ever. I mean, no one ever has. I mean, there really is no. Toys just aren't that big anymore for a lot of kids. I mean, I go to in public and restaurants and I see kids like when I was like 5 or 4-ish that they were like playing on tablets. A lot of people have just iPads now and stuff, which I don't know if it's really good or bad. I think you can do it a good amount of time, which is fine, but I think so many kids just now are getting hooked on electronics at such a young age, and which isn't really a good thing. Of course, I probably am on electronics too much too, but I usually do a lot of exercising and still play with toys there now. Well, actually, probably a couple times a week at least. Well, it depends. But yeah, video games are definitely a bigger thing now. I remember getting a PS2 when I was 4 years old, and I just love video games since. There were a couple of years that I didn't really play much at all. I don't remember what I did. I just was in a lot of Pokemon cards and stuff. A lot of Beyblades. Or I played very limited games. It was kind of during that drought between like 2010 and 13 when there really weren't any good games coming out, or in my opinion at least. And poor Sweetie, we didn't used to really have an internet connection, or like I didn't know what online gaming was, so I didn't really ever play any like Call of Duties or anything. I just was always Nintendo and like PS2, Wii and stuff. There weren't many good games that came out between like 2010 and 2013 in my opinion. Or at least for those systems I owned. I remember also, I mean, this is a little off subject, but video games, this was just actually last September when I had my concussion. I was a little daisy and groggy sometimes, and I just bought a Pokemon game, Pokemon Sun, and then we were just sitting down in high school English class, and I'm just like sitting there in the chair, kind of like, and teacher's talking, and I scream out, Pokemon! And I just kind of lay back down, and everyone just stops talking. And I get up, and they're like, look at me, and she's like, did you seriously just interrupt me to scream Pokemon? I'm like, what? I'm like, oh yeah. And she was a little upset. She wasn't really mad about it, but I mean, that was really funny. Another thing I've also noticed about toys is a lot of toys, in my opinion, today are sold. They don't put the effort and time into making them and like designing good products as they used to. It seems like that. I mean, the toys that I see are usually like very overpriced, very cheaply built, and just it's not worth it. I think a lot of the reason technology's grown too, like tablets and stuff and phones and video games, because in a way it's really kind of cheaper. I mean, yes, if you get like a PS4, Xbox One, or Wii U, or Nintendo Switch, yes, you probably have to spend $200, $300, $400 at one point and buy games constantly. But I mean, some people just buy one game, they don't really get tired of it, or they get them like a tablet and they just can download games for free, and it keeps them off from stuff. I mean, I think a lot of parents too, I mean, they come home tired from work, all exhausted. I mean, people work hard, and then their kids are like wanting to play toys with them or stuff, and like a lot of parents are really tired of them, so they just give them a tablet, and a lot of times it distracts them from a lot of stuff, which is good and bad in its own ways. But I think that's a reason too electronics have boomed with kids. I mean, it keeps their attention connected so much longer. Like, oh, I play with a toy for a couple hours and then get a little bored with it, move on to the next thing, you want another toy. And yeah, I think that's a reason why some toys have struggled lately. I think that's why Toys R Us is going out of business. Rest in peace, Toys R Us. I honestly had a couple tears and was going out of business. It was like I went in there a couple times. And it's the one by me still up somehow. Apparently it's one of the last few in the country. I mean, it really is sad. I mean, it's a place that the past probably, I'm guessing, 4 or 5 generations have been going to, and then to just see it go out of business is really sad. I mean, like, my dad was upset too. Was going out of business. I mean, that's where he went as a kid and stuff. And plus, I was still going there, like, up until even before I found out they were going to go out of business. And now I think about it, then every time I was in there, there never was much of a crowd. And plus, the stores were just so big in general. And like, there's just the same stuff there all the time. I'd go back there probably once a month, and just nothing looked like it moved. Or I'd go in there, there'd be like 4 other people in the store. A lot of times they didn't buy anything. And there's just too much of a handle, I think. And I'm surprised I didn't notice that for the past few years. I don't think online shop. I think online shopping's become big too, but I don't think necessarily that's what put Toys R Us and like out of business, because Toys R Us sales were like in 2007 started declining, and they haven't like gone up since. And that was way before online. I mean, the eBay was just kind of getting started. Amazon still only sold books and wasn't really well known. And yeah, I just the way the kid has changed too. I mean, it's more like video games, tablets, and social media now, rather than like Pokemon or Hot Wheels or Legos and that kind of stuff, and Barbies and all that. Man. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoy this episode of ZTART. And hope for you to like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. It would mean a lot to me. And yeah, thank you all very much for watching.